I reckon that if you go to the beach and look at the children playing there, I know this isn't encouraged by society, but bear with me, you'll find several different types, and I believe that you can judge their personality on the activities they enjoy doing. You'll find the ones that run off in a social group down to the sea. You'll find others that laze around, those who explore the rock pools in search of creatures, those who explore the rock pools for an adventure, and those who build sandcastles and dams. You there, yes, you! You're a dam builder or explorer, right? You make things just because you want to, and explore things out of sheer curiosity, yes? If not, then I suggest leaving this video now, since it won't mean anything to you. In fact, here, have a link to some shallow, meaningless video, since your life will probably relate better to it. Go on, I won't give you any more warnings. Click on it and have some mind-numbing entertainment. Noob. Anyway, now we're all on the same wavelength, time to start. I'm aware that most of my videos are so long and depressing that they make people want to unsubscribe to me and then kill themselves. So please, don't do that. Or at least, if you do, make sure you unsubscribe to me after the killing. This video should hopefully be different, however, as I will be talking about my love of making things. This topic is very dear to me, and I feel that it has defined me as a person, from my lack of social skills to the lack of clothing I'm wearing when making these videos. There are simply more important things to be getting on with in life. Hopefully you agree. You're that weirdo that when at school people either avoided you or came over to pick on you, but the joke's on them. They're all completely satisfied with a life of waking up, eating, going to the toilet, watching daytime TV, laughing at fart jokes, sleeping, and repeating that process. You, on the other hand, have a far more fulfilling existence where you're never happy and are constantly frustrated. You have these grand ideas that you never have time for. You fidget restlessly when watching the 4th season of Dexter, aware that although it's good and all that, your life is slowly ticking away and it could have been you who made that or you're watching now. Only much better, obviously. Why are you wasting your life by watching what other people have made? Of course, Breaking Bad is the exception to that rule since it's simply perfect. Can you believe that they killed Hank, Jesse, Walt and his wife in a single episode? Oh, I'm sorry, haven't you watched it yet? Of course, consumers serve a purpose. Imagine everybody made things and there was nobody to enjoy them. Sometimes it feels like this is the case as your new project is swamped by hundreds of others, all clambering for the world's attention. How about that? As a constructive person, other like-minded people are your rivals and the people you don't relate to are the ones you're trying to impress. Unless you're doing it for your own satisfaction. I'm sure that this is how everybody gets into making things in the first place. The sad thing is, there's a very tempting sliding scale, with each point having its own pros and cons. What's the point in doing something for yourself if you can modify it a bit and do it not just for yourself but for a competition, or style it to please others you care about? Or why not just go all the way and do it for a living, where suddenly you're making things for other people, sometimes going completely against what you want to do? It's a hard life. And how do you take criticism? I'm guessing the answer to that is, not well. If you really put time and effort into something, of course you're going to care about it. Most people don't spend time making things so they won't understand it. Most people will be completely oblivious to the time and effort that goes into your creative endeavours. They'll say it's only a sandcastle and that you're overreacting when your 4-hour masterpiece on the beach was kicked over in seconds by those cool, social 12-year-old swimmers. Yes, as long as they're dam builders, there are going to be dam destroyers who lack the mental capacity to create something themselves but still enjoy the feeling of power in the form of destruction. Online I whack them with my proverbial spade, but normally the damage is already done. People will steal your work, rip to shreds for the tiniest of problems, or generally secretly promote their own work, and they appear to thrive on the pain that they cause when they destroy several hours, days, weeks or months worth of work in a short space of time. I'm sad to say that these people don't often get the punishment that they deserve since they hold nothing of value and appear to live in the moment at everybody else's expense. Heck, even praise tends to come with a sting in the tail. The moment that you make something, people will assume that you're showing off. Show somebody a drawing and they'll compliment the paper you've used. Show them a game you made and they'll like the CD you burnt it onto. It's as if people are repulsed by creativity and master disinterest in something that they can claim as a compliment when they know as well as you do that it isn't. Criticism from other creative people can be even worse. I promise myself that if there's genuinely constructive criticism with no hidden motives, I'll thank the critic. However, most seems to have some shady alternate motive. Jealousy tends to be the main one. Perhaps they feel that what they make is superior to yours yet doesn't get as much attention. I can't help but smile when they publicly compare what I've made to their half-finished project. I smile knowing that finishing is half the battle and clearly something that they're utterly terrible at. Likewise, why should I be jealous if somebody managed to release something larger and more impressive than I've ever managed? As if I forget the willpower that's required to stick with something when you take a step back from a half-finished project and realise it's not as good as you hoped it would be. How great it would be to still be able to finish it after all that. Now, you may get the impression that I'm running around going, hey, look at me, but I don't. I learned that that wasn't the way to go about it a long time ago. But damn, it's as if you're a superhero who's unable to tell anybody about your powers. You end up sounding hollow and dull if you deliberately avoid talking about it in conversations with normal people. For example, hi, what are your hobbies? Stuff, you? Writing music, designing games, 3D design, coding, watching TV. Oh cool, what do you like watching on TV? You get the picture. Yes, they're probably more normal and socially accepted than you are. And yes, you are more lonely. You're that weird person that people don't understand. You don't see the appeal in meeting up with friends and just hanging about for hours at a time. You want to be doing something. You want to feel that if you suddenly die, hopefully in an impressive explosion or intensely embarrassing way, that you'll have something left for people to enjoy and to remember you by. So, what makes you actually want to start a project that could potentially take days, weeks, or even months to complete? Do you envision what it's eventually going to become? Is it because you've seen something that's inspired you and you seek to copy it? Don't ever do this, you'll only be disappointed. Did it just spring into your head one day and you feel that you need to share it with the world before somebody else gets there first? Tasty biscuit. Definitely do it for this reason. Perhaps I'm looking at this the wrong way. Maybe everybody is creative but in different ways. For example, I can respect people who enjoy gardening, even though it's not something I'd want to do in 1,000 years. What I do find annoying is that anybody with the same interests as myself is most likely another guy. Don't believe me? Okay, well, have a look at these YouTube analytics. Yep, almost completely male or over 50. I can say sexist things because I know that the insults will never fall in the ears of the fairer and stupider sex. Yes, girls, it's a huge hole in the market. Simply take up 3D modelling and prepare to be chatted up by more nerdy guys than you know what to do with. I guess that the opposite's also true, and that I'll be piled on by potential pussy should I learn to play patty cake and sandwich making. Burn! I have to say, this rant is bringing out a lot of long ago yet unforgiven painful memories. Like that time my parents refused to read the books I wrote until I finished one. Unluckily for them, I then wrote and completed a 120-page Lord of the Rings rip-off. But no, they never read it. Or the time in primary school when I got into trouble for selling paper computer games in exchange for pencil leads. Who would have thought that it would have cost the school so much in pencil leads? Or the time my Kinect's robot got destroyed by another competitor whose robot comprised of a single wheel, which I like to think represented the inner workings of his brain. I truly sympathise with anybody fighting Stinger on Robot Wars. Whoops, what was meant to be an encouraging and inspirational video about making things has become one of my most bitter rants yet. Let's finish on a high note. I don't want you to think of this video as just a rant, or of me admitting defeat against all of the obstacles in life. Rather, it's an act of defiance, of me refusing to give in despite all of these things. Because at the end of the day, I like making things. There's nothing more satisfying than putting your heart and soul into your own creation and watching it develop, almost like your own child, until it has its own personality. You can see parts of yourself in it, but there's always another side, a new, exciting side that you hadn't prepared for. That's the bit I like. That's what makes all of the pain and suffering during its creation worthwhile. That's the Rockpool Explorer in me coming out. But not in a gay way. And cut.